Hey,
What's up, boys?
if people have questions, if people have comments, leave those on this feed and we will answer them. Tyler Gillum will answer them. No questions are off limits. I mean, if you want to know personal questions, if you want to know history, if you want to know, if you want to know personal, fears, if you want to know personal struggles and tragedies, like all those things are on the table.
It's all on the table.
Not for myself, but for Tyler Gillum.
Yes. So we'll have fun. So get your questions in. But I mean, Tyler Gillum coming on last year, first year as Bananas head coach. Pretty epic year.
Tyler, you're the second winningest coach in Bananas history.
Out of two coaches.
That's most amazing. Coach. Yeah.
All this history, and that's where we're at.
All right, so seriously, though, first reaction, 2018 season, what was it? What was it like?
Unbelievable. You just look at the culture in general, all the people that are around the Savannah Bananas, how much they care for everybody, you guys set the tone with that. Jesse and Emily and Jared being president, and then our whole full front office staff, they kill it every single day, and they're thinking about everybody else, and the experience, all the way down to what our lockers look like once we first showed up. I mean, they had our favorite candy in the, in our locker. They had our favorite quote. They had, there's no stone left unturned, and we had an unbelievable group of guys too. I mean, right. you can't do this without an unbelievable group of players that buy in and love what we do every single day, and give back to the community. And 38-14, led the league in stolen bases. There's a bunch of other records and stuff like that. But overall, it was about the people and the relationships. And, hey, it was cool. It was fun. Summer to remember for sure.
So, Tyler, your first year you come in, the team had already won a championship, already, had the most wins at home. And then you put out the most wins ever by a Bananas team, the most wins in the league. And, again, you mentioned the culture, but that first day when the players arrived, and we had our orientation and everything in the lockers. But then we did a music video where you were dancing on the field, and the players were dancing in the showers at 11 o'clock at night, the first actual day they were here. What did you think after that first day?
Man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep at all this summer, because we left at about 1 or 2 a.m. Filming that video. But wow, what an awesome experience. We had Fan Fest, we filmed a video with the guys, and you talk about team chemistry right off the bat. These guys were getting out of their comfort zone, dancing, pulling out all their moves for this video. We're singing, some old school songs that, the guys are just so, go with the Backstreet Boys. I mean, girls that are my age, women that are my age at 32 years old, when they were 16, it was posters galore with NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. So, that whole generation loved that. So Bananas are back, went crazy, but it was awesome to start with. And, wow, the onboarding process was phenomenal. So that started it all off.
Do you feel like you're a celebrity now?
No.
I mean, I see people on funny. Twitter, like people on Instagram, like people love you. You're wearing the yellow uniform all the time. Do you feel like a celebrity?
Valid question.
No, I'm just. I think Danielle. I'm just a normal country dude. From everybody's like, when people see me at these clinics or at the ABCA or whatever it is. They whatever. They say stuff, but it's like, what's up, guys? I'm just a normal dude.
Tyler, let's stop right here. Let's stop. You may be a little humble right now, but here's the reality. Humble. Danielle tried to lash that up and get married to you because when you're rocking those Bananas gear all over the world, people are very interested in Tyler Gillum. I remember when we first did the interview process, people were like, woo, he's a good-looking one, is what we heard. So let's talk about your country roots a little bit. We're going to go here. We got some questions, guys. If you have questions for head coach Tyler Gillum, keep throwing them up. We appreciate you guys watching. The country background and the cowboy boots. This has been talked about throughout the year. Cowboy boots, the first ever coach coaching in them. Is this going to happen or not?
I mean, if it's normal, do the exact opposite, right? I mean, is that what we're living in? I mean, that's what I signed up for, right? So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's going to be a study done after this summer, depending on if you wear cowboy boots in the third base coaching box, how many stolen bases can be stolen in a year? I mean, it might increase by direct correlation of 2.5 stolen bases per game in cowboy boots, depending on the maker of the boot. Justin Boots, is it, well, what are we wearing here?
So we heard it here first. You are wearing cowboy boots every game while coaching third. Is that correct?
Yeah, there might be some two-stepping going on over there in the third base box. We don't know. That might be a signal. We don't know. I can't unleash all the secrets, but it's going to be crazy.
You heard it here first.
My question is, do you go pants up with the cowboy boots? Do you tuck them in? Do you go pants over? Like, what is the acceptable baseball pants to cowboy boots style, I suppose?
Yeah, well, anything that is, I don't know. I mean, pants up is pretty dirty. What if one pant up, one pant down? Who does that, right?
We went here. All right.
It's gonna just depend on who can how many runs we score. And it might go pants up as long as we're scoring 8 runs a game.
All right, let's talk some serious. We led the league in stolen bases. The green light special, you mentioned it. Unbelievably fun to watch. The guys stealing. What do you have planned this year? Let's talk a little bit about the roster, the team, what we have expecting this year.
Yeah, we want to know about what the green light special actually is, where it came from, and we'll get into some of the returning players as well.
Yeah, for sure. Green light special, pressure burst pipes. It's our offensive philosophy. It's also awesome to, just watch. I mean, I can't tell you how many fans were just like, man, I get so fired up watching you guys. Right. But, that's kind of what the green light special is. It's teaching some guys, educating some guys on, how to steal bags, what to look for, tendencies of pitchers, and then basically giving them the freedom to make that decision, of to go or not and what to look for, So basically that's what the green light special is. It's about being aggressive. It's about taking advantage, about putting pressure on the defense. So we've got an awesome group of guys coming in and that fit in that mold, that offensive philosophy.
So let's talk about some of those guys because, we stole home last year. We got a guy that stole over 30 bases coming back this year. Talk about some of these guys because I think the fans are excited. We do have a circus at the ballpark, but these guys can play.
Yeah, no doubt. So the first guy that led the league in stolen bases, actually, Cade Marlowe. We're going to see if he gets drafted. He's actually absolutely killing it right now. He's hitting 400. He's got, I think he's 28 for 30 in stolen bases right now.
Jeez.
Awesome kid.
It's April.
That's the green light special, folks, paying off.
Yeah, it's the green light special. That dude, and that's just part of, it's not, it's part of the philosophy, but it's what they're able to do and who they are as people and letting them be who they are, So I think in any organization, if you, give guys tools to be successful and let them go and let them be free and let them be who they are, and those things work. So he's one of those guys. We've got another guy named Mike Williams who actually played for one of my good buddies, Clay Cox, at Paris Community College. He's at Corpus Christi University right now and in Texas, and left-handed hitter. He's like 6'3", 6'4". He stole 25 bags last year in the Texas Collegiate League. So I'm excited about him. We've got Mason Miller coming back, who everybody loves him. The Titanic. Right? I don't know if you guys saw this, but this actually showed up in my office when I got back from the summer. Check that sucker out. So Mason Miller.
Wow.
Titanic. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. What does it say? It's backwards. What does it say?
It says number 2 on the field, number 1 in your heart. So that showed up in my office when I got back to school. So Mason Miller coming back, dude flies as well. I'm actually working on one other guy right now. He's a Canadian kid. He's got 25 bags right now at the school he plays at. So we're just going to add on to this green light special and see if we can get to 200 stolen bases.
Wait. You said 200 stolen bases. Is that a possibility this summer?
That's like 8 a game.
Absolutely.
That's bad math.
Well, in 2016, at South Mountain, we actually stole 200 bases.
Wow.
So
all right, so it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting this year. What else to expect? I know we got some characters. Bill Leroy, to briefly tell
Leroy.
Leroy, what's up with him? Is he right in the head?
No, absolutely not. Which I love. That's the reason why I love him. He is insane and brings energy every single day. He is what we call an OKG, our kind of guy. He is no doubt as country as it gets, which, I mean, he makes everybody else around him better. You know, he makes every pitcher, he's a catcher, so he makes everybody better. He makes all those pitchers better just by the energy he brings every day. So, hey, he's a banana through and through.
That's awesome. All right, I know we've talked about this a lot on the show, and we've talked about it with fans. Your first reaction to when you were told that we were going to be wearing kilts in a baseball game. Your first reaction.
First reaction was, okay, timeout. Let's what is going on? Okay, let's make sure none of the guys get hurt. Okay, so
yes, true.
Yeah, that
he's
was
a coach. He cares about the players.
Reaction, right? So yeah, once we did that, once we got everybody sliders, tights.
Yep.
Guys had socks on. All the position players. Yeah, we tried it out. It was good. I mean, hey, I got this brought up to me. No joke. A coach told me this fall was like, it's not that big of a deal to play in kilts. I mean, people used to fight wars in kilts. I'm like, you know what?
It's a great point.
You know what? So all you people that think it's like the worst thing ever that played in kilts, it's legit.
Yeah, fight a war in kilts. But there is a clip of you, and there are some good clips of you, Tyler, this past year. One of my favorites is when we had the walk-off win down by 3 runs. You are running with your number one right like this, coming from third all the way in. It was literally like we just won the World Series. Why was that such a special moment for you?
Okay, so I'll give you a little bit of here's some more context. So my fiance Danielle sits in the down the third base side, okay, and she knows me as not being very emotional, right? I stay calm, cool, and collected, right? So she doesn't see me like get too high, get too low in games. So she saw me do that and she was like, oh my God, I've never seen you that emotional in a game. So outside of winning some championships and being a part of some dog piles, that was one of the most exciting games because we were wearing kilts. It was a whole new experience. And we were down like 3 or 4 runs going into the 9th inning, and the dudes didn't give up. I mean, we were the cardiac kids this summer, you know? I mean, we have 7 or 8 walk-offs and extras in the 9th inning. It's crazy, you know? So that was part of it, but winning baseball and game and kilts was unreal. That was crazy. So
we have some questions here.
Yeah, look, we're gonna get to some questions here, guys. Again, if you have questions, put them in the comments. Let us know if you're watching on YouTube and listen to the podcast. You can flip on over to Facebook at some point and check out these questions that are being asked. We're gonna get into them right now. The first question came a little bit earlier from Judy Faribaugh. She asked, "Could we ever see a female player? Could we ever see a female player on the Bananas?" I think there might be a couple female players in college baseball right now, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know for sure on if there is some. I know there was one a couple years ago. There was a pitcher in like a junior college in Louisiana or something like that. I think her dad played in the big leagues, pitching the big leagues or something. So, it's never out of the question, right?
So we need to be on the search for if there's a college female baseball player, we need to find her, and that would be our answer.
Yes. Tommy, you're always open to who's not just a great player, but also fits into the culture.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, they're gonna have to show up. They're gonna have to be crazy. They're gonna have to do some videos. I mean, it's all part of it.
Yes.
You know, so
it's not just playing ball.
I mean, if we find a female to play, I mean, she's definitely gonna have to dance with the Banana Nanas at some point.
Great point.
Yes.
Excellent.
That will happen. All right, we got some questions about some of the players coming in. Any NC State or Duke players going to be in the team this summer? And then with that, Tyler, why don't you name some of the big schools that will be represented this summer?
Yeah, sure. We actually don't have North Carolina or Duke or North Carolina State this year. Not that we don't want guys from there. It just happened to be we just didn't have those guys. The recruiting process is kind of crazy. You know, it starts in before the summer's even over. I'll get phone calls in July about trying to place players. And, I've got guys, this is going to be my 9th or 10th summer coaching summer baseball. So I've got guys that send me players over the years, guys that I really trust, and they always send me good players and the right type of players. And they know who I am and I know who they are, so they know what they're going to get, and that I'm going to take care of guys and develop guys. And that's what we want to do. So that's kind of how the roster comes together. We've got guys from Georgia, Kentucky, South Carolina, Jacksonville, Louisiana Tech, Georgia Southern, UNC Charlotte, Texas A&M, North Georgia, South Florida, and then we're going to have some JUCO guys mixed in there. We've got a D2 guy Cade Marlowe, he's from West Georgia, but we've got some JUCO guys from Florida coming in too. So
nice. What about local players, Tyler? Any local guys?
Austin Thompson's kind of the most local guy that everybody knows. He's the starting shortstop at Georgia Southern. Good dude. He fits right in with what we do. He's going to play hard. He's going to run. He's going to be athletic, but some people know him there in the Savannah area.
Nice. Hey, Major May and Jennifer May want to know, is there an ejection quota for you this year?
Ejection quota?
Yes.
No, it just comes down to the situation. I actually tried my hardest to get thrown out our playoff game, but I don't know. I actually got told this past summer that the umpires actually told me that they appreciated how I argued because I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know because I let some things fly early. But I don't know. I've been thrown out one time, and it was protecting a player. So I'll get my 2 cents in there. But
if you get ejected, Tyler, this year, we don't want 2 cents. I want like $500 worth of a show, and the fans deserve that. If you win a whole season while I get ejected, you better go nuts, and that's all we got to say on that.
Hey, let's see. Nikki Beck asks, Tyler, what's your proudest moment as a coach? Doesn't have to be Bananas.
Could be any moment.
Proudest moment as a coach.
Proudest moment as a coach. Man, that's a great question. A lot of great moments. I would probably say as a coach, the last year I was coaching in the Texas Collegiate League. It was my 3rd summer coaching there with the Brazos Valley Bombers. We won 3 championships in a row. That was my 3rd championship. I did it with 2 of my best friends that are unbelievable humans, with a group of guys that we actually still talk in a group meet together right now. There was talks yesterday in that 16 group meet actually yesterday. So special group, but overall I think it was just because of the people we were doing it with, and I was lucky to be a part of that group.
Cool. We'll go into some rapid fire. One more question here from Susan Cagle. What do you love most about the Savannah team?
Ooh, Susan, what's up? Probably that we just do things a little bit different. The guys have a lot of fun. They get out of their comfort zone a little bit. You see a lot of guys grow mentally, physically, emotionally throughout the summer just because they're dealing with playing in front of 4,500 fans or impacting fans in the stands, the travel. I think it's just the maturation phase of the summer, and then everything that goes in with the Savannah Bananas. It's one of the best places to coach in summer baseball. So the whole thing in part is awesome because of all the little detail things that go into it.
All right, speaking of little details, I've got a few things that have already come up on past Bananas Unpeeled shows, Tyler. So before the game, the players doing a haka. Want to make sure you are open to this. Thoughts on this, going back old school haka. What do you think?
Yeah, haka. Haka's awesome. I actually had a buddy in New Zealand coaching this December, Roberto Mercado. Berto, what up, buddy? He was over there and actually posted one of the hakas that they did before the game. So, yeah, it's cool. I think we need to figure out how to get a Hawaiian or a New Zealand baseball player, Samoan, all the above. Anybody that knows how to do the haka and that's part of your culture, I want you to be a Savannah Banana. I've looked for some of you guys. I haven't found you yet. So shoot me an email.
All right, I like that. Let's go into the entrances again. Hey, what would your entrance song be? We need some more fire from you. What would your entrance song be, Tyler?
Entrance song. You know, I was talking about this the other day. It was the old Brooks and Dunn song. I'm a hard-working man. I wear a steel hard hat. Speaking of steel hard hats, speaking of helmets, hey, Jared, hook me up with a helmet that fits this year instead of an astronaut helmet. How about that, Bob? I mean, Jesus, are we serious right now?
I did not realize how that thing looked. Oh
my gosh!
I did not realize how bad that thing looked.
Let's get him hurt
because all right, dude.
Now here's what you're gonna get because you're being so demanding. Because you're being so demanding, you are going to get a helmet with the face mask for like a little kid.
And a chin strap.
All right. Let's go into some crazy questions, crazy ideas here. Crazy ideas. All
right. So every episode we bring out crazy ideas. Remember, if you have crazy ideas, you can text Jesse 781-424-2499. If you want to come by and see me on Tuesdays from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., I welcome any guests. You might be on Facebook Live at that point. So, coaches arm wrestling or playing tug of war before every game.
Against the visiting team.
Against the visiting team. Thoughts on that?
That's good. Gonna have to go with tug of war, coaching staff versus coaching staff, because we've got 4 awesome assistants. Some of the other coaching staffs only have 2. So we've got the number there, so I'm going to have to go with that.
I think we should actually do that before the game. Get the crowd into it.
Yep, I love that. All right, how do you feel about coaching? How do you feel about coaching a game on a Segway?
An entire game. That's include coaching third base as well.
Ah, man, that would have to one-up the great Augie Garrido. I don't know if you guys remember Augie Garrido in the College World Series in the 90s. The dude had a broken leg and was in one of those little rascals, you know? What? He did the home plate meeting in a rascal. You guys got to check that out. I can't believe you guys don't know that. Come on.
I haven't seen that.
Augie Garrido, one of the greatest coaches of all time. Has a leg injury, goes to the College World Series when he's coaching at Cal State Fullerton. Dude is on one of those rascals. I don't know if it had NOS on it or whatever, if he could pop with it. Hey, the dude is the man.
You owe it to the fans to use a Segway throughout the whole game. We'll make that happen.
All right, last crazy idea. This is interesting for sure. Coaches having to sleep in a tent together at home plate until the first Bananas win. Are you up to that challenge?
Yeah. Why not? I mean, I love camping, so I mean,
love camping.
Let's go.
No, this is actually serious, Tyler. This is dead serious. I know hotels are nice or where we're staying, but we're talking about in a tent at home plate, and you talk about getting close with your coaches.
Yes.
It's all about culture, as you say, in bonding. And I think we could Facebook Live this. Fans, would you like to see the coaches in a tent for a few days at least? 4, 5, 6 days.
Well, hopefully just one day.
Getting ready for opening night. Let us a survivor. Maybe one coach will leave. Maybe one coach won't make it. I think we should do this.
I mean, you got to be mentally tough, yeah.
One sleeping bag.
No, you got to be mentally tough.
One sleeping bag.
I mean, it's definitely one sleeping bag. We'll fight over it. We might all get in it and see what happens.
Yes.
We'll have hot dogs ready for you. Unlimited soda.
Unlimited soda.
I'm in.
Hey, Emily wanted to know I think we all know this, but we're bringing back all the assistants from last year. Is that correct?
Who do you like the most?
Absolutely. Ooh, Fox.
Oh, he answered. Wow. Well, we do have a note. AJ Steimel said we need to live feed the camp out coaches. I think this is something big. I think the coaches need to be in a tent before the season starts.
Excellent point. Hey, that's it. That's the show. Thank you guys so much for watching. Continue to put in comments and questions if you have them.
Tyler will answer them.
Tyler will answer them if he comes back to life, hopefully.
Yes.
But that's it. Thank you guys for watching Bananas Unpeeled. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next time.